Now in 4 News Now at 6, traces of lead found in the water at one Spokane elementary school. We'll show you what's being done to remove the toxin and explain how to check if your child's school has the same issue.
As Christmas gets closer, the weather will get wetter. I'll let you know if there's any sign of snow in the mix in the first alert forecast.
And car crashes are the leading cause of death among teens in Washington. What the Spokane Police Department is doing to help keep your kids safe on the road. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Well, lead is a natural metal found in the air, the ground, and even our drinking water. But over time, the lead can build up in our faucets and cause the amount of lead to reach unsafe levels. Water fixtures in public schools all over the state are having that problem, including schools here in Spokane. Our Madeline Mullins has more on why schools are testing for lead and what they are doing when they find it.
Parents in Spokane may have received emails like this, saying lead has been found at their child's school.
I mean, there's concern all the time when you drink the water. The levels we're finding aren't as elevated as a huge concern, and we're remedying them so fast.
That is because the Department of Health is requiring public schools in Washington, built before or with plumbing put in before 2016, be tested.
The Spokane Public Schools was notified by the Department of Health in 2022 that we needed to follow suit with the rest of the state and have all of our schools in the district tested for lead.
The Department of Health is testing any water faucets that are used in food prep, as well as any water faucets that people are drinking from, like this water fountain. And if any of these water faucets come back with a high enough level of lead, Spokane Public Schools says they turn that faucet off the next day. According to the Department of Health, schools will immediately turn the water off or change a faucet to hand wash only. Then they will work to replace the faucet or the plumbing, all while communicating this with the staff and the community.
So when I receive the test results back from the Department of Health, we share it with the principal, which then in turn shares it with the staff at the schools, and then we post those results on the district webpage, and then we send out communication to the families at each one of those schools.
The Department of Health says drinking water is not the main cause of high lead levels in children. But if you are concerned, the DOH says the best thing to do is ask your healthcare provider for a blood lead test. If you'd like to check if your child's school has been tested for lead and what the results are, you can do so on the Department of Health's website. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, Stevens County man is now in jail for alleged murders of a mother and daughter in Colville 27 years ago. The U.S. Attorney's Office says Charles Tatum killed 29-year-old Marlene Emerson and her 12-year-old daughter Cassie in 1997. After firefighters responded to a trailer fire, crews found Marlene's body inside, but Cassie was nowhere to be found. Investigators assumed she had been kidnapped. They later said Marlene was stabbed and ruled her death a homicide. Then, a month later, they found Cassie's body in a wooded area with similar stab wounds. In the years since, investigators managed to find a blood stain in a truck belonging to Tatum at the time. They tested the DNA sample from the stain, and the U.S. Attorney's Office says it originated from Cassie, connecting him to both murders. Tatum will make his first appearance in court tomorrow. Well, you want to check your pantry because 6,000 bags of Lay's potato chips are being recalled. The recall is because they might contain undeclared milk. According to the FDA, the 13-ounce bags were only sold in Oregon and Washington. So far, no allergic reactions have been reported. If you have the recalled chips, you're asked to just throw them out. Well, our break from the wet weather is slowly coming to an end. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see if we have any snow on the way.
You're going to have to go fairly high in the mountains to find any snow. And right now, it is dry. Looking out over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena as the parking lot fills up for this year's Rubber Chicken, it is mild outside. It's 39 degrees right now after high temperatures in the lower 40s. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be dry and warm Friday. Temperatures about 10 degrees above average. Rain in the forecast by Saturday afternoon, with more rain coming in Sunday late. Only mountain snow and at times only high mountain snow. Morning lows across the region will be similar to what we would expect for daytime highs. 33 in Spokane. We'll start the day off at 34 in Coeur d'Alene, staying in the 40s in Lewiston. Only Colville and Winthrop dropping down into the 20s. High temperatures, meanwhile, mostly in the 40s around the region. 53 tomorrow in Lewiston. Your planning forecast, it's not going to be a bright, sunshiny day, but I think you'll be able to cast a shadow at times. Mostly cloudy conditions, a high temperature of 43. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and tell you about the wet weather on the way. There's a lot of it. That's coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
Talk to you soon, Chris. On the same day, now former WSU head football coach Jake Dickert was welcomed at Wake Forest. He thanked fans for his time in Pullman and says it was a true honor. He posted a message on social media saying, "My family has embraced and loved our time here on the Palouse. I can't even begin to say how much this university and community mean to me." His departure shocked fans and leaves the school searching for a new head coach while dealing with more than 20 players in the transfer portal. All of this while the team prepares to play in the Holiday Bowl next week. Dickert spent 5 seasons in Pullman, the last 3.5 as head coach, ending with a 23-20 record. All right, here's a live look of the Spokane Arena where the Ferris Saxons and LC Tigers are going head-to-head on the hardwood and in the stands as they battle for the coveted rubber chicken. It's all part of the annual Spirit Games, and this one is the oldest of them all, going all the way back to 1983. Sports director Jack Wallace is live in the arena tonight where the girls' game is currently underway.
Well, Derek, I can say very safely it is really hard to hear you or anything in this booming Spokane arena. I have Bodie right here, a senior from Ferris. Tell me a little bit about, y'all have been prepping for this since October, and you can hear it.
Oh, yeah. As cheerleaders, we're putting in a lot of time for our routine, and we're teaching cheers to our school at cons, making sure everyone knows what they're doing, so that way we can just come here and bring the energy to win Chuck.
Well, and they already have Chuck, winning it last year after losing back-to-back seasons, so how much would it mean to keep Chuck at Ferris?
Oh, it would be awesome. Last year it was incredible, you know, the hype after we won, and man, I feel like with what we're doing right now, we can bring him back. We need to keep Chuck home for the holidays, that's for sure.
And of all the cheers y'all do, which I've seen so many already tonight, we're just in the girls' game right now. Score is 22-17. Lewis and Clark up. We know Spirit wins, not the final score.
Yes.
But what is your favorite cheer of all the ones you do?
Favorite cheers, Burr, it's cold in here. It's just fun, lighthearted, and you know, we got Saxons in the atmosphere, so, and it fits our theme perfectly this year.
Seems like it with the holiday season approaching. Seems to be so right behind me. We'll have plenty more coming up later in the show at 6, and highlights of the games coming up on Nightside. This is Jack Wallace, 4 News Now Sports.
All right, my son is somewhere in the background there. Well, if you've driven on Maple Street in West Spokane, you've likely seen these boarded up homes on the corner of Maple and Maxwell. For the last year, the new owner has been working to clean them up.
It's been a nightmare.
Carol Kendall and her family live nearby. She says she's seen the homes being broken into, and even her own home was broken into.
My grandkids are afraid to walk through the neighborhood. You know, I have teenage kids that can't even walk from here to grandma's house a half a block away.
But the tiny, dilapidated old homes are getting a new lease on life. They'll soon go from rundown shacks to affordable homes. It's been a long and difficult journey. To see the process, you can watch Natalie Grant's special report right now on KXLY.com. Well, a beautifully lit Christmas tree can quickly become a holiday nightmare. We have tips to keep your festive decorations from going up in flames coming up. And the Spokane Police Department wants to help keep young drivers safe on the road. How a new incentive is meant to help save lives, next on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed! There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
Town. Returning to Spokane December 21st and 22nd. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
5,000 years of Chinese music and dance in one night.
Oh, the show is phenomenal.
This is a heavenly experience.
Everything in the movements, in the smile, in the emotion. Everyone needs to see it.
Tickets at genuine.com.
With prices of natural gas and propane skyrocketing, your heating bill is getting out of control. But before you turn down the heat, give the experts at Bill's Heating and Air a call. They have the latest in dual fuel technology to keep your family comfortable and the utility bills low. There has never been a better time to upgrade because now every furnace purchase comes with a free heat pump. So call Bill's Heating today to get your free heat pump while supplies last.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
For memories you can't make online. Experience the magic of the holidays at River Park Square.
Welcome back. For many teens, getting a driver's license is the first real taste of freedom. They no longer have to ask mom or dad for a ride to go out with their friends, but those fun times can quickly turn to tragedy if they aren't careful. According to a recent federal report, over 2,500 young drivers between the ages of 15 to 18 died in car crashes in the U.S. in 2022. It's the leading cause of death for this age group. And that's why the Spokane Police Department is trying to help local schools implement a certain traffic safety program. Marissa Rio explains how it works.
Car crashes are the leading cause of death for U.S. teens.
We are all striving to keep everyone on the road safe, and the more education that we can provide to these early drivers, the better.
That's why SPD has started informing local schools about a program called Teens in the Driver's Seat, a peer-to-peer safety program for young drivers.
So it's not the law enforcement or even the teachers coming in and say, you have to do it this way. It's the students educating themselves and each other and keeping each other safe.
SPD says school organizations can earn cash rewards for different activities they do revolving around driving safety. There's also an app where if students don't use their phone or speed while driving, they can earn points, which can later be redeemed for $10 gift cards.
The Meade School District has already signed up for this program, and its first school to sign up for Teens in the Driver's Seat is Mount Spokane High School. The hope is that because this is all peer-led, that students will feel like they have a voice and will feel empowered to teach others about being safe on the road.
The Meade official who informed their schools about the program says they hope to increase awareness around speeding and distracted driving.
Well, we have a lot of teen drivers, and it's important to our community to have safe drivers out there. I have a vested interest. My own daughter is a new driver, so I want to make sure we have safe roads and safe drivers out there.
Jeff Naslund says Mount Spokane students found out about the program this week and are ready to get started. If your teenage driver is getting ready to hit the road or is already on the road, SPD has some advice.
Parents have to do the same behaviors. They have to stay off their phone. They can't speed. In order for the kids to get that message, it's important for the parents to obey the law too.
In Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
And for information on how to get your child or school involved with this program, you can visit our website, kxly.com.
It's going to be a fairly warm night tonight. Temperatures staying just above freezing in most locations this evening. Overcast conditions. There's a weak disturbance, might bring a sprinkle or two north of Spokane. Temperatures dropping into the mid-30s by 11 o'clock. I will be back with your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing. It's jaw-dropping. It's eye-popping. It's gut-busting. It's showtime. That's right. The whole world loves Beetlejuice. It's a rowdy, rambunctious, rollicking good time. And a big, fantastical funhouse. Beautiful. Everyone agrees this show is so good. You've never seen anything quite like. What else do you need to hear? Beetlejuice, coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts December 31st through January 5th.
Elegance, style, quality, custom made for your project. Agalite shower doors and bath enclosures by River City Glass are designed for a lifetime of use. Timeless beauty that speaks for itself with superior quality and exceptional value. Offering exquisite custom wine room enclosures and office room glass, specializing in custom mirrors crafted to fit your space. Producing high-performance glass for every project, residential and commercial. River City Glass.
Well, hello, Mr. Kringle. I suppose you're wondering why I'm here.
It's your house?
Fair enough. Still, I thought we had an understanding. I would be a good boy, and you would bring me a Cadillac Escalade.
Those are $131,000.
Tell me those are the keys.
It's a pair of socks.
Santy, Santy, Santy.
There's a better way to score an Escalade. Play daily, only at Northern Quest.
At Parker Toyota, our commitment to you begins the moment you drive off the lot in your new vehicle.
We have more Toyota Master Diagnostic technicians than anyone in the Northwest.
That means our technicians are the most experienced at identifying and fixing any mechanical issues, ensuring that your Toyota receives the care it deserves.
Open 7 days a week. Call or go online to schedule your appointment at parkertoyota.com.
Papa Murphy's new cheesy stuffed crust pizza. It's what stuffed crust pizza should be. Hot, melty, and fresh from your oven. Starting at $13.99.
Hundreds of Christmas tree fires happen across the country every year, and Spokane Valley Fire has some tips to keep you and your tree safe. Real Christmas trees are at the highest risk for fires at the end of the holidays, especially if they aren't watered properly. Derek Strom spoke to a fire marshal about what you can do to prevent these fires.
Spokane Valley Fire says the days around Christmas and the days right after Christmas are the most likely times that a real Christmas tree could catch fire. But in order to reduce that fire risk, it can be as simple as just watering your tree every day and making sure that that tree isn't in front of any exits, just in case it does catch fire. Fire departments nationwide respond to dozens of Christmas tree fires every year. Some of them even result in death.
Everybody knows the things are replaceable, the people aren't. With those fires that happen every year, there are 3 fatalities that occur in 800 fires. And those fatalities, those people aren't coming back.
But there are a number of ways you can reduce the risk of fire if you have a real Christmas tree in your home. What you should have looked for when buying your tree is that it has fresh green needles that don't fall off when you touch it. As far as decorations, make sure to use lights that don't have any frayed cords or loose bulbs.
When you have problems with lights, replace the strands. The strands with the electricity running through them can cause fires. And that's the #1 source of ignition for Christmas trees, is too close to heat sources.
Spokane Valley Fire also recommends not using candles or keeping them anywhere near your Christmas tree. You should make sure to turn off any lights when you leave your home or go to bed. In Spokane Valley, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
And speaking of the holidays, the odds of a white Christmas aren't looking too good, are they, Chris?
There is like a hint of snow right after Christmas, but not even then. It's not going to stick. Right now, temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s around the region with mostly cloudy skies in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Smooth sailing on the roads right now. There's a report of some very light rain over Snoqualmie Pass and precipitation trying to make its way into the Columbia Basin, but so far no reports that any of this is reaching the ground. And most of the energy with this system is going to be headed to the north, and that is going to be the story for the next several days. I'll show you in just a moment. Chance of precipitation tomorrow is 0, but then it goes up to 70% Saturday and Sunday. There will be some nice long breaks of dry weather on your weekend, and the timing is going to be good for those breaks. I'll explain in just a moment. A little bit drier Monday, and then Christmas Eve, an 80% chance of precipitation in the form of rain. Tracking our weather pattern, we've had a ridge of high pressure over the region. Again, most of the energy off of the Pacific going to our north into Canada. As we go through the overnight, most of that rain is going to be staying to our north. Here's Friday at 6 o'clock. Dry conditions across the region on Friday. And then we're going to stay dry for most of the day on Saturday. Looks like it won't be until Saturday mid to late afternoon that we bring in the next round of rain. Then we dry out as we head into Saturday night, Sunday morning, and stay dry for most of the day on Sunday. Could be as late as 10 o'clock before we see the rain moving into Spokane. Valley rain and mountain snow, and then we begin to dry out again heading into most of the day on Monday. Taking a look at our snow levels, they are going to be high. Bodes very well if you have travel plans over Snoqualmie Pass, because you're mostly going to be dealing with either rain or a rain-snow mix, non-accumulating rain now, or snow rather. Now, it still can be tricky over Snoqualmie Pass when it's raining, but snow level up around 7,000 feet tomorrow with dry conditions, 5,500 Saturday. Finally, we're down around 5,000 Sunday and Monday, but nothing coming down into the valleys until possibly Christmas night into the day after Christmas. But then we warm up to a high of 42 on Thursday. In fact, we're going to be in the 40s through the 7-day forecast, including the first day of winter. The winter solstice is on Saturday, 44 degrees, and rain coming in late in the day on Sunday into Monday. Soggy on Christmas Eve, and just a chance of showers on Christmas. If we can't have snow, maybe at least we could have a little bit of sunshine, get outside and enjoy some mild weather, Derek.
Yeah, you're definitely not doing any sledding at your local elementary school.
No.
Well, whether you're taking to the skies or the roads for the holidays, we want to make sure you're prepared for anything Mother Nature might throw your way. Take your phone out right now and scan this QR code using your camera. It'll take you to the First Alert Holiday Travel Center. You can see flight delays at the Spokane Airport, past conditions, and if there are any weather alerts you need to know about before heading out the door. If you miss that QR code, you can also find it on the front page of KXLY.com. Well, there's still time to shop local and handmade for your Christmas presents. Many small businesses rely on the money they make around the holidays to get them through the rest of the year. Green Bluff Candy Company is selling chocolates that are made right in their shop. Owner Richard Hallbig moved to Green Bluff with his family for retirement after serving in the Navy. The house they bought had a small caramel shop attached to it, so he decided to learn how to make candy and continue that legacy. Everything his family sells is homegrown on their farm and handmade in their shop.
You shop local, your money stays local. It goes to local businesses, it goes to local communities. These are the people like us that we live here. We're doing things here. We're out in the community here.
You can find Green Bluff Candy Company products at Little Garden Cafe in Spokane, or you can call ahead to their store in Green Bluff. For more information, just visit our website, KXLY.com. All right, still ahead, this construction site will soon be the new home for one local veteran who spent more than a decade serving our country. See the messages of love from friends, family, and his new neighbors etched into the home's foundation after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Ring in the holiday season with some reindeer riches at the Kootenai Casino in Bonners Ferry. Santa's got you on his list for 12 days of giveaways and a New Year's Eve countdown to cash. Midweek rates start at $59 in the Kootenai Falls Lodge and $79 in our Riverview rooms. And join us for December Holly Jolly Hot Spins and Weekend Spin and Win. Come celebrate all December at the Kootenai Casino and win big. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged to perfection for 5 weeks and never frozen. Oven ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast, tied and seasoned at your request. Reserve yours now, exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
Clogged drains are a huge problem and can cost thousands. With Mainstream, you can prevent clogs before they happen. There's no better time than now to call Mainstream and ask about our 83 or it's free drain clearing special. For just $83, we'll send a technician to your home to clear your drain. And if for some reason we can't get it, it's free. With over 20 years of experience, the expert technicians at Mainstream can restore the flow. Call Mainstream today or visit us at mainstreamhomeservices.com to take advantage of this limited time deal.
This is important information from AARP and BECU.
In today's digital age, it's important to protect yourself from sophisticated scams and fraud attempts. Here are some tips. Update the security and privacy settings on all of your devices and social media. Make sure that you have strong and complex passwords for all of your accounts. Set up online access and monitor your bank and credit card accounts. And regularly review your credit reports and take immediate action if compromised. For more tips and tools, check out this website.
Hello, I'm Diamond Dan Clark.
And I'm Jeweler Jane.
And we're from Clark's Diamond Jewelers in beautiful downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Our famous snow promotion is back for Christmas.
If it snows 4 inches or more in 24 hours on January 9th, 2025, all purchases made between November 19th and December 28th will be refunded in full. And that means all engagement rings, loose diamonds and gemstones, jewelry and gifts could all be free.
Shop Clark's Diamond Jewelers this Christmas and let it snow diamonds.
4 News Now is brought to you by Silver Mountain Resort in Kellogg, Idaho.
Yeah, it was overwhelming in the best way possible.
A military couple walked into their new home today, greeted by heartfelt notes of love and appreciation. Just under 3 months ago, they were stunned by the life-changing news that they would be gifted a free new home. Alexandra Conyard shares how a decorated veteran who has sacrificed is now filled with gratitude.
Although the Wakeman family's new home is still under construction, it's already filled with warmth. Community members, neighbors, and people who helped build the home wrote notes with inspirational words and encouragement on the studs and framing of the new home to honor Sergeant Christopher Wakeman and his family.
It's amazing to see the amount of gratitude.
Sergeant Wakeman dedicated more than 15 years of his life to the U.S. military. Today, he received a token of appreciation for his unwavering commitment.
It's reassuring and inspiring to see how many people have so many amazing things to say, and being on the receiving end of that is, of course, humbling.
Standing in their new home was not something that the Wakeman family expected would happen so soon. In September, the couple was made aware that they had qualified to become the owners of a new custom-built mortgage-free house, which to them was a welcomed surprise.
We thought we were coming in for a round of interviews or, just get introduced to the team and see if this was a good, if we were a good fit for this, and we showed up and everybody was here. So it was a great surprise. It was awesome.
Throughout the home, notes were scattered all around with welcoming words and sentiments honoring Sergeant Wakeman's service, for which he was awarded various accolades. Although Wakeman is now retired from the military, his spirit of giving back is still strong.
This is going to help us, as we say, take off with a lot of different things, and just be able to help more people with things that we do. So.
Both Wakeman and his fiancée Carly expressed a deep gratitude for their new place and all those that were involved in the process. The part they are most looking forward to is making it fully feel like home.
Just create the memories and just fill it with love and joy, and just know that it's ours, and then pay it forward someday.
From Spokane, Alexandra Conyards, 4 News Now.
Pretty great stuff. Well, around the nation now, within the last few hours, the government spending bill backed by President-elect Donald Trump failed to make it out of the House. This means lawmakers will need to come up with a new version before tomorrow's deadline to avoid a government shutdown. If the government does shut down, it would affect millions of federal employees, including TSA workers and air traffic controllers ahead of holiday travel.
The ability of everyday Americans to visit their family, their friends, their loved ones will be impacted.
Lawmakers have until tomorrow night to get a deal done before a shutdown. Funding expires at midnight Saturday morning. Today, a memorial service held for the 200 people who've died while experiencing homelessness in the Spokane area so far this year.
I myself have lost maybe a half dozen friends.
Tonight, we'll hear from 2 people who've been homeless for more than a decade. Their message of empathy tonight after the break. And a decades-old women's center at the University of Idaho is shutting down because of a new state law. How new legislation is impacting student identity on campus, next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I'm JJ. I'm Tyler. We're with Kiona Vineyards, and we're here at Yolks Fresh Market. Our grandparents planted the first vineyard on what would become Red Mountain. Some of our legacy cultivars include Cabernet Sauvignon, Lemberger, and Chenin Blanc. The Lemberger is really exciting, right? It has really high red and blue fruit profile to it. We are a big little winery. Yolks has been a beautiful match for us culturally.
Check out Kiona Wines at Yolks Fresh Market.
When it comes to taking care of your car, trust the family-owned service department that puts you first. At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we don't just fix cars, we keep your family safe on the road. With no hidden fees or surprise charges, you'll always know exactly what you're paying for. And with us, you only pay a 6% tax on parts, never on labor. Come to Coeur d'Alene Honda, where quality service meets honest pricing every time. Call us to schedule an appointment today.
Fred's Appliance Clearance Centers are your one-stop shop for top-quality appliances and unbeatable prices. Top brand closeouts, full factory warranty, and new inventory arriving daily. Take advantage of incredible discounts with savings you won't find anywhere else. Hurry in! With Fred's Clearance Center's huge selection of heavily discounted name brand appliances, the inventory moves fast. For the best deals on appliances in Spokane, visit either of Fred's Clearance Centers today.
Thank you, honey. I love it.
Don't thank me. Thank Santa.
What did you get?
Northern Quest gift card.
Wait, I didn't get that for you.
Oh, I know. Santa did.
Merry Christmas!
Hey, well, who accidentally broke your favorite Christmas ornament? Clumsy Santa.
Give the gift of Northern Quest. Visit or go online.
Next DT, only we're in Nashville with comedian Nate Bargatze.
The fact that we're both here is insane.
Plus, married duo Carrie Preston and Michael Emerson are
filling the ET.
Next,
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
20 years ago, Petra Nemkova, world-famous supermodel, on a dream vacation. And then the tsunami crashing in. But somehow, she survived. Now, tomorrow, the powerful all-new Diane Sawyer interview on Good Morning America.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion at Idaho public colleges and universities is now a thing of the past. Yesterday, the state banned any and all policies and initiatives based on DEI. Our Hunter Bertram was at the University of Idaho today and spoke with leaders on what this means for its students.
Big changes are on their way to the University of Idaho. New state policy says that any student centers or offices based on their definition of diversity, equity, and inclusion ideology needs to be shut down by June 30th. In the resolution passed Wednesday, DEI ideology is defined as any approach that prioritizes personal identity characteristics over individual merit.
There's this notion that because I'm black, I didn't get here based on merit, and I challenge anyone to question any of my students on being on this campus because they didn't deserve it.
U of I faculty Mario Pyle is heartbroken. The center we're chatting in is going away, its name erased from campus.
It was disappointing. And to be really transparent, I did cry.
Now, not all are upset with this policy change. Students are gone for break, but in our online comments, Leslie claims DEI programs are expensive and don't work. Yet this resolution wasn't unexpected. The reality of its impact, Lisa Salisbury says, will be far greater than expected.
I absolutely feel that it is going to be detrimental to students.
Both Salisbury and Pyle say this will ultimately drive away diverse voices on campus.
To not have resources on campus that reflect the world only does all students a disservice.
Now time is ticking down. Pyle has hope that once his center closes, students will still feel welcomed in this space.
So I think people on both ends sometimes allow themselves to get so hung up on the words DEI or the acronym of DEI, and they miss that we're both human.
At the University of Idaho, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, almost 500,000 power banks are being recalled because they could cause burns. The CharMass power banks were sold exclusively on Amazon. The recall involves model number W1056 that was sold between December 2018 and December of 2018 and September of this year. There have been dozens of reports of the units overheating, melting, and catching on fire. You should stop using those units immediately and contact CharMass for a refund. All right, let's send it over to Chris Crocker now, who's tracking more wet weather on the way in the First Alert Weather Center.
Yes, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast because tomorrow is going to be dry. 43 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. First day of winter is on Saturday, and that is when the rain is back in the forecast. It will arrive in the afternoon or at the earliest late morning, a high of 44 degrees, 43 on Sunday, with rain coming in late in the day. I'll go over the timing later in the newscast. We dry out a little bit Monday just for more rain to arrive on Christmas Eve. We have a chance of showers also as we head into Christmas Day, and maybe a little bit of snow late Christmas night and into Thursday, but it is mostly rain in the forecast. I will be back with your ski report and go over the snow levels in the newscast later on. Derek?
And that snow has been hard to find this year in many parts of the inland Northwest, but in the mountains, we're off to the best start to winter in years. Meteorologist Matt Gray is here now tracking the snowpack for us tonight.
Yeah, and it's nice to have that change after how bad last year was, and there was no way around it. Snowpack and skiing conditions, they were bad in the mountains most of last winter, especially at the start through the holiday season. Here was the snow depth on this day last year for 3 skiing locations in our area. Now, look at where we are at exactly 1 year later. That is quite a big difference. Now, what's even more fascinating for these areas is that the numbers here on your screen for 2024, that's either the second or third most depth of snow at this point on the calendar, December 19th, since 2012. So, yeah, this is pretty nice that we have this so far this snow season. Now, the same can be said for our snowpack as a whole. It is one of the best starts in the last decade in the Spokane River Basin. Only 2022-23 winter was higher on this day in the basin since 2015. Now, that may seem impressive, but let's put it in a broader context. The total snowpack record, it goes all the way back to the early 80s. And when you look at it compared to everything, it's a bit of a different story. Very few things show the impact of warmer temperatures and changing climate than this image you can see behind me. You can really not be taking healthy snowpack for granted because this would have been a below average snowpack between the mid 80s and the mid 90s, and you can see how things decrease as you go along. Overall, considering the context of the last couple of decades, this is a pretty decent place to be in late December. We got more ups and downs, though, to come before the end of the month. Chris is going to talk about this later, but the snow levels are going to be rising up as we head into the weekend. And that means even in the mountains, there's a possibility of rain and some melting snow. However, looks like this is just going to be a temporary setback. Looking even longer, closer to the beginning of the new year, the U.S. Climate Prediction Center highlighting in our mountains the possibility of some impactful mountain snow after the Christmas holiday. So fingers crossed for that one.
Thank you very much. Well, at least 200 people experiencing homelessness in Spokane have died since the start of the year. Chaz Health honored them today in a memorial service. A few people in attendance shared a glimpse into the challenges of surviving on the streets and how an act of compassion helped one of them get clean. Jordan Smith has the story.
Tina E.
Lisa H. Willie W.
This morning, dozens gathered to pay their respects to the 200 people who died living on the streets of Spokane this year.
John P., Tracy J., Robin J.
Each person had their name read out loud and attached to this fence, honoring their memory.
I've known a few of the people that have died over the years.
John Tyler Ensminger has been homeless for the better part of 20 years. There's no one cause behind each of these deaths, but he does tell me fentanyl is certainly a contributing factor.
They do this drug, and every time they do it, they know it's like playing Russian roulette. They're playing with their lives. I myself have lost like maybe like a half dozen friends.
I also met this man who shared his own struggles with survival on the streets.
I overdosed, and if it wasn't for my friend that's still on the street, Desiree, I would be dead today.
It was the act of a stranger that helped him get clean.
And I'd been up 5 days doing drugs. The 4 guys handed me a whole bag of cheeseburgers. They knew me, but I didn't know them. So I quit flying a sign, and I thought about my situation. There are others that care about you. You just don't know who they are.
His message of empathy echoed by Shelby Lambden at Chas, where so many in the homeless community go for a hand up.
And there's so many factors that lead to individuals experiencing homelessness.
Those factors, she said, need to be addressed.
What led them to where they are in their circumstances that brought them there, not the problem of people being homeless.
She says to show compassion towards this community, which is much more than just their housing status. For 4 News Now, I'm Jordan Smith.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Join live for a festive month filled with big stars, musical performances, and our annual sweater party.
Weekdays at 9 on KXLY ABC4.
Hi, they assigned me to work with you, Miss...
Right, but you can call me Miranda.
You're... me.
Yeah, if you take the next step.
How?
Work here during the day, go to school at night. It's so worth it.
Explore elementary education online or in person. Now accepting applications. Face your future with Whitworth University. Adult education programs.
For memories you can't make online.
Experience the magic of the holidays at River Park Square.
At Jewelry Design Center, we want to be your jeweler for life. We are locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you a showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. We are a team of artists, craftsmen, and professionals who create exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Take time to think it over, but we are not your average jewelry store. From our hands to your heart, we are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
Find the perfect gift for your wine lover at Latah Creek.
Stop in or shop online. We'll help you find your new favorite wine.
Come in to Latah Creek today. Sip, shop, and ship most anywhere in the USA. Cheers.
4 News Now and BECU are teaming up to welcome in some holiday spirit. Send us a picture of your pet decked out for the holidays, and you could win a $75 gift card to a local pet store, courtesy of BECU. For details, go to KXLY.com/holidaypets.
Well, right now, across the street from our studios, Ferris and Elsie are battling it out for the coveted rubber chicken. It's all part of the Spokane Spirit game. Sports director Jack Wallace is inside the arena where the girls' basketball game is slowly coming to an end. Hopefully you can even hear me, Jack.
I'm trying my best to hear you, Derek, but they're making it pretty tough for me, and for good reason. Listen to this crowd. How you feeling? You can tell they don't just want the chicken, they need the rubber chicken tonight. And let's check in on how much effort has been put in. What have y'all been doing to get ready for this night?
Well, we have had practice 2 to 4 times a week since every week since September. We have about 2 to 4 hour practices, and we do full out after full out after full out, and we teach the cheers at lunch, and we just have a great time, and we are so excited.
That's amazing, I love it. For you, what's the best cheer y'all do? What's your favorite? Best one.
The best cheer is,
the story. What's up, everybody? This is Tiger Territory. That's the best year, I think.
That's a pretty dang good one. Enjoy that one as well. And last one for you. What do you think so far has been the performance tonight? How do you feel the energy's been as you're getting through the girls' game?
It's just been electric over here at the arena, both on Tiger's side and Saxon's side, but a little more Tiger's side because we got that Tiger power. And I'm already losing my voice. We're not even to the boys' game yet.
And he's right. The boys' game comes right after this one. The current score is 27-25. Lewis and Clark up, but I can tell you, it's the spirit. That's the Kings tonight. The energy's amazing on this side. The energy's amazing over there at Ferris. We heard it earlier. It's fantastic here in Spokane Arena, and I'm sure it will be throughout the rest of the night. We'll have plenty more for y'all coming up later, but let's hear one more time from the Lewis and Clark crowd. It's fantastic in here.
All right, we will have highlights from both the boys and girls games and tell you who's bringing Chuck home tonight on Nightside starting at 11. Well, the man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is now back in New York City facing a slew of additional charges. CNN's Laura Aguirre explains how Luigi Mangione's defense team may claim New York authorities are overreaching on some counts and why one legal expert says that may be by design.
Luigi Mangione made his initial court appearance in New York this afternoon, where he faces a number of charges related to the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. He arrived in the Empire State shortly after noon Eastern on a small aircraft, accompanied by several law enforcement agents. He was quickly transferred to an NYPD helicopter for the final leg into the city. Hours earlier, he appeared before a Pennsylvania judge on state weapons and forgery charges there and to finalize his transfer, while a few advocates gathered outside.
We wanted to use this moment to advocate for healthcare changes and hopefully, make some positive goals with all of this situation.
Now in New York, Mangione faces more state and federal charges, including murder through use of a firearm, stalking, and terrorism.
That very high charge provides a lot of room for the prosecutors to negotiate a plea bargain because it's a charge that they could essentially walk away from in return for his, let's say, guilty plea to second-degree murder or something along those lines.
One key piece of evidence noted in the federal filing, Mangione's own written details of the alleged crime.
He said, you'll find the planning and the to-do lists and the other elements in the spiral notebook, which they make reference to in this federal complaint.
High-profile defense attorney Karen Friedman-Agnifilo will represent Mangione as the New York cases move forward. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
And in your forecast, we have got some wet weather on the way. I'll let you know where you'll find snow, how far you have to go up into the mountains, coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Who isn't looking for extra ways to save some money these days, right? I'm always looking for new ways to save, but I haven't found anything better than my Ascend checking account. It's a free account that offers 3.5% of your average monthly balance. That could feed your coffee obsession for 2 weeks. Not only am I earning money, but it also has all the best features of a checking account. What's not to love?
Open your P1FCU checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox Premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value. Plus, no monthly payments until next year. See your local GMC dealer.
Thank you, Spokane, for helping so many local children glow this past year. For lighting the path for our Joya families as they navigate raising a child with developmental delays and disabilities. Because of you, there is so much joy this holiday season. Words spoken, steps taken, milestones met. You bring light to Joya and those we serve.
So dating.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Good Feet Store.
All right, welcome back. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joins us now. Chris, we've been talking about our lack of snow down here, but in the mountains, it's a much different story.
Yes, you should go check it out. Get your snowboard up there.
If I don't show up to work tomorrow, you'll know where I'm at.
Yeah, well, and I think a lot of people, when it is so dry down in town, forget that the mountains are actually doing great. I've been up a couple of times, seen it for myself, and the base is in good shape and is really holding its integrity so far. We haven't had any new snow over the last 24 hours, but there could be some coming next week. This weekend's going to be a little hit and miss. You are going to have to want to time your skiing very carefully. I do want to point out just a couple of things. Mount Spokane on Saturday, their tubing hill reopens, so that is super fun. Just about everybody, I believe, is open now 7 days a week through the holidays, and Mount Spokane is actually open. You can go tonight, Derek. It's open till 9 o'clock tonight. The night skiing is open there, so lots of fun to be had at your ski areas. Now, tomorrow, mostly dry, and the snow level up at 7,000 feet. So that takes it up to the very highest peaks. And then it does start to drop a little bit. Saturday, down at 5,500, and Saturday night closer to 4,500. And we do have some wet weather that's going to be moving in that may be a little more of a rain event in some of the mountains, or a wet snow. Sunday, 4,700, and we have some wet weather coming in late in the day. So that again is going to be more wet snow, if not rain. And then Monday, it's back up to 5,000 and begins increasing again on Tuesday. But just a little bit of a setback that just helps firm up a nice base, and certainly wouldn't be anything a modern groomer couldn't deal with. Here's our forecast radar. I'm jumping ahead 24 hours, Friday at 6 o'clock, to show you the timing on the wet weather Saturday. So slopes open at 9. You could get all the way into the afternoon session before that rain starts moving in, and enjoy some really nice conditions. Then that rain moves in, and it is going to rain most of the rest of the afternoon on Saturday. Here's Saturday at 7. We begin to dry out again. Groomers go out, groom the snow. We're dry for most of the day on Sunday, so Sunday morning, not a bad time to go skiing, and you might even be able to close the place down before the next round of rain begins moving in. And it is going to be rain with temperatures like this. Winter officially starts on Saturday. That's the winter solstice, 44 and rain. Rain coming in late in the day on Sunday. Lingering showers Monday. Rain on Christmas Eve, and maybe a little bit of snow even in the valleys Christmas night into the day after Christmas morning, but hopefully that'll be snow in the mountains. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Well, we are more than halfway through December already, and before the year comes to a close, you may want to carve out some time to think about your taxes. ABC's Morgan Norwood has some tax tips to help you end the year on the right foot.
While you're enjoying the holidays this month, taxes may be the last thing on your mind.
It can be hard to think about and even harder to accomplish because of everything going on. But every year, there are deadlines for you to accomplish a number of things that may be helpful for you.
If you're looking to make a tax-deductible gift to a charity or foundation, you have to do it before the end of the year for it to count on your 2024 taxes.
I think some people may get in that trap where they say, oh, December 30th, I better call up my advisor, or call up my folks, and you don't want to get behind the 8 ball on that.
Make sure you've contributed as much as you can to your retirement fund and that you're getting the maximum match from your employer.
If your employer says we're going to match X dollars, I think you should try to put in X dollars because that's really free money your employer is giving you. I think too many people leave that on the table at the end of the year.
If you lost money on stocks, you may want to consider tax loss harvesting.
Tax loss harvesting essentially is the idea that I could sell a stock that I'm currently holding for a loss. I bought it for 40, it's now at 30, I've lost $10, and I can deduct that loss on my income taxes.
Gather your tax documents now, especially if you're using a professional tax preparer.
If you are using those services, boy, it's helpful if you can get them things as early as you can, right? Those people operate on pretty firm deadlines, so the more quickly you could collect all the requisite documents and stubs and 1099s and open that communication line, I think the better result it is for everyone.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
All right, before we go to a break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Elegance, style, quality, custom made for your project. Agalite shower doors and bath enclosures by River City Glass are designed for a lifetime of use. Timeless beauty that speaks for itself with superior quality and exceptional value. Offering exquisite custom wine room enclosures and office room glass, specializing in custom mirrors crafted to fit your space. Producing high-performance glass for every project, residential and commercial. River City Glass.
Another successful year, our 8th year making spirits bright in Cowley Park. The 4 News Now Extreme team couldn't do it without all the volunteers and companies that helped us. So we hope you enjoy it. We want to thank Horizon Credit Union for always showing up and getting the job done.
I think it's important for us as tribal people to educate and inform others as to who we are and what we're about. We have a beautiful culture that we respect our lands, we respect our waters.
Our medical center serves Indian and non-Indian. We were the first one in the nation to do that.
We built a $25 million core center for the children.
We also house the Boys and Girls Club out of there.
Our employees here are friendly. It gives you that welcome home feeling.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me for so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
Spokane Valley Summer Theater's beloved annual favorite, A Big Band Christmas, is back with a fresh new story featuring a 17-piece big band, world-class singers from around the region, a children's chorus, nativity, and Santa and Mrs. Claus. It's holiday magic for the entire family. One weekend only, December 20th through 22nd with free parking. Tickets on sale now at svsummertheater.com or call 509-368-7897.
Is everybody ready?
Light it up! The Great Christmas Light Fight season finale is the key to turning up your holiday glee. Wow! That is amazing! The Great Christmas Light Fight season finale tonight on ABC.
You ought to know it's time for the party of the year.
You ought to know!
Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve celebrates the must-see performance by Alanis Morissette to honor the 30th anniversary of Jagged Little Pill. Plus, Blake Shelton, Carrie Underwood, Kesha, Lenny Kravitz, Louis Fonsi, Renee Rapp, Teddy Swims, TLC, and more take the stage. The countdown to 2025 is in full swing.
You ought to know!
Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve live December 31st on ABC.
Well, coming up tonight on Nightside, a young man who survived a deadly Amtrak crash 7 years ago in Western Washington has taken a big step forward in his recovery. We'll show you how he's proving doctors wrong tonight at 11.
Your planning forecast: Friday might be the last completely dry day for a week. We've got a lot of rain on the way. Temperatures for the next 4 days will be at least 10 degrees above average.
Okay, you and I are both going across the street to the arena for Rubber Chicken, right?
Yeah. LC, bringing back the chicken.
Bear is keeping it. We'll see you at 11.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the